In July of 2013, my mom passed. In July of 2011, my dad passed. So after having been with them virtually all of my life, and after having talked to my mom particularly almost literally every day for 50 plus years, needless to say, my heart was heavy, and there was a hole in my soul, if I may use that phrase. And my wife, Pastor Suzette, who labors with me here at Windsor Village, labor of love, of course, shared with me, said, hey, you should go to Serenity Retreat. And I did. And wow, did the Lord bless me mightily. I have literally received a breakthrough. I still have some moments, of course, but the moments I'm having now don't compare to the moments I had prior to visiting and being with the good folk at Serenity Retreat. They do a phenomenal job. And I was so blessed by them personally. I am so blessed by the ministry personally that the Serenity Retreat team is coming to Windsor Village to speak to persons who are also recalibrating their lives, if you would, due to the passing or the homegoing of a loved one.
Recently, I was having a lot of trouble sleeping, and I was feeling overwhelmed and tired and very stressed out, and was aware that I was working too hard. But there was something really different about this. It just had such a driven quality, and I really felt as though there was this little pusher inside of me that kept, turning and turning and turning, saying, work, work, work. And it really did not feel good at all. I was worried and stressed out a lot. And so initially I prayed just for help with letting go of the tendency to overwork. God showed me that I used mastery and accomplishing and achieving and taking care of things and work really as a way to keep those feelings of chaos and anxiety and uncertainty at bay. And I knew, and the Lord said to me, that He really created me for freedom and for more peace than that, and that He wanted that for me. And that enabled me to kind of let go of it. I have found myself more relaxed. I found myself being able to make decisions more easily and making decisions based more on my desires than what I think I have to do, I should do, or I must do.
As a person, I was very shy, very unforgiving. I had a lot of questions about my past and even like uncertainties with God and if He loved me or cared. And I had a lot of anger towards God also. Wasn't really the best mother to my children. I pretty much parented them with a lot of anger and not nearly as much compassion as they needed. After going to Serenity Retreat, I was a client at the Star of Hope, and they came and gave me prayer therapy. Basically, I was able to get a lot of closure on some issues. As for my children, I am more compassionate. I'm not as angry and quick to yell at them or curse at them like I once did. We actually have conversations, and they're between the both of us, and it's not just me telling them what I expect. And we are able to communicate the way a family should. So that the prayer therapy has given me healing in many areas of my life and not just one.
For the last couple of years, I have experienced these bursts of rage and anger that seemingly come out of nowhere and are totally overblown for what's actually happening in the moment with my children. And I started to realize as my children are crying and seemingly getting crushed, and my husband's telling me he's walking on eggshells around me, that something needed to change. And the Lord so divinely put Serenity Retreat in my path several times. It was very powerful. The Lord showed up in miraculous ways, and over a series of several different prayer sessions, I feel like I no longer have that rage come up. Now, I do get angry at times about certain things, but the rage and the inappropriate display of that anger no longer is there. And since then, I've been able to have several really, really amazing healing conversations with my children, just asking for forgiveness and receiving that forgiveness from them. And it's been very powerful, and I'm very, very thankful for Serenity Retreat.
From a place of valuelessness, from a place of distrust, from a place of hurt and despair, I have been blessed. And being able to apply forgiveness to that is a game changer. Life is different going forward. I expect victory. I expect that from this truth to be free. And I am grateful.
So before, I was very, I guess, an imperative personality, very dogmatic in my thinking, very impatient, very short, unforgiving, let's say, with people in life and my own self, very critical, a lot of self-hatred type things that I didn't understand. And I heard the Lord tell me that I am enough, that I was approved of, that His love was not based on condition. And I had heard those verses over and over, but it's different reading them off of a page and hearing them from my Father, from my Heavenly Father, who I don't just have a relationship with this abstract being now. This is not religion. This is an intimate, face-to-face encounter with God. And after that, I left here, and my family members, my friends, my colleagues, they just kind of looked at me and they said, wow, what in the world has happened to you? Like, you have such peace about you. You're so much more at ease, not so uptight, much more patient. And I can only tell you that the love and the touch of God, the Father, is what does that, and nothing else can. 20 years of counseling couldn't do what one Serenity Retreat ministry event did in my life.